Hi, my name is Sarah Warnicki and I'm the Assistant Librarian here at United Tribes Technical College. This video is going to be going over some of the basic features of Zoom that you will likely need to know as you begin having your classes online. When Zoom has first been installed on your computer, you will see a login screen that looks like this. You have two options. One is to join a meeting, one is to sign in. When you click on join a meeting, you will see a screen that looks like this, which will give you the option to enter the information for logging in to the class that you are needing to join. If you choose to use the sign in option, you will see a screen that looks like this that will sign you into Zoom itself without joining an actual meeting. If you use the sign in option and not joining a meeting, you will see a screen that looks like this. One of the key features here is the gear icon that is here in the top right corner, which will take you to some settings that you will be able to tweak to suit your own needs and preferences. From this screen, you would also have the option to join your classroom for their previously scheduled meetings. Within the settings on this Zoom panel, there are three main options that you will be using, likely to be general, video, and audio. You're able to adjust any of the settings in here to suit your own needs and preferences. It is recommended to come in here to check on your video and audio settings to make sure that they are working properly before you join your classroom. When you have joined a Zoom meeting and you are in your classroom with your instructor and your classmates, you will have this navigation bar at the bottom of your screen. The mute and unmute button in the lower left corner gives you various different options to choose where your sound is coming from for your microphone. As you can see with my personal computer, I have two different options. One is the microphone in the webcam, and one is the headset that I'm wearing. Speakers, the options will vary here depending on what you have going with your personal computer. If you have chosen to mute yourself, you will see a line through the microphone as well as a red microphone next to your name in the Zoom window. You will also have the option to check your video settings. Now, for most users, there will only be one option since it is unlikely that you will have two different video sources. This is also the option where you can choose to turn your video off and on. If it is on, you will see a video of yourself talking. If you have chosen to turn it off, you will either see a square with just your name or something like mine where there is a picture that has been uploaded to your personal account at your own discretion. When you're in a Zoom meeting with your classmates and your instructor, there are two different views that you will be in. By default, Zoom always starts in what is called grid view, where everyone will be shown in squares like this. Now, there's only two of us here in this example, but as there are more and more participants, the windows get smaller and smaller. When someone is speaking in grid view, their square is highlighted by this yellow-green border, as you can see here. However, during classroom settings, you may find it beneficial to switch to what is called speaker view. By doing that, you will focus your screen on whomever is talking and everyone else will be here across the top of the screen. In your Zoom window, you will have a button in the upper right corner that will let you toggle between gallery view and speaker view. Whichever one you choose to use is largely up to you. Screen share mode is something that your instructors could very well be using during their classrooms to show you what they are looking at on their screen or to show you presentations that they have made. When screen share mode is activated, it will go to full screen and the video will be on the smaller corner of all of the speakers. You do have the option of exiting full screen on your own if you so choose. There is a button at the top of the screen that will say exit full screen that will reduce it down to the normal size Zoom window, which would also give you the option to have multiple different windows open on your computer at the same time if you so choose. Zoom chat is another feature that is possibly beneficial in your class. At the bottom of your screen, there is this small chat icon that when you click on it, a window will appear on the right side of your screen for the Zoom chat window, and then that will work like many other chat services you have used in the past. You can see here that I just did a quick test message, and as more and more people participate, it will say their name with their message down below it as a running log. Nonverbal reactions can be beneficial for your classes as well. There are two different ways to access nonverbal reactions. One is by clicking the reactions button on your navigation bar at the bottom of the screen. That gives you two options, a thumbs up and a clapping icon. If you click on one of these, that same image will appear in the upper left corner of your individual video window. The other option for nonverbal reactions is to click on participants, and then you will have more options down across the bottom to give quick feedback to your instructor. As you can see here, for an example, I just clicked on the yes with a check mark. It shows it by my name, and that one person has responded that way. Polls are something that your instructors may use as well. Now, it will look slightly different on your screen because I have the management controls for it. But there are two different question formats that the polls can have. One is single choice questions, and one is multiple choice questions. With a single choice question, it will be bullet points, and you will be able to pick one of them. With multiple choice, pick as many as you want. The poll will stay open for as long as your instructor feels that is needed or until all of the attendees have participated. When the poll has been completed, your instructor has the option to share the results, and it will show how people responded, but not who responded in what way. Breakout rooms are something that your instructors may use as well. It is a way for larger groups to be broken down into smaller chunks for small group discussions like you may have been used to in in-person classroom settings. The controls for how this is done is all on your instructor, and when the time limit is done, you will all be pushed back into a large group with each other. And when class is done, or if you need to leave a meeting, you simply click the leave button in the lower right corner of your navigation bar at the bottom of your screen. That is everything that I would like to cover in the basic Zoom meeting, and I hope this will be of help to you as you adjust to doing your classes online.